Welcome to my channel. Today I've decided to ask the spirit of the bush dog for guidance for us, and the cards we received were the Knight of Cups, the Page of Cups, Purpose, I know what I am here to do, and Reclaim your energy. So for the first card we received, it was the Knight of Cups. And with this card, it's very much someone who is chivalrous, who is trying to do the right thing, and who is moving forward with their plan. You might have something that you're working on right now that would actually be benefiting multiple people, and just know that it is a good time to begin that work. You might already be like in the process of working on this, but the energy we've been getting with these cards is this readiness to move forward, this willingness, this new idea, this excitement for what is unfolding. And with this story and this card, he just has this willingness to help. He was gifted this ability, and he decides, in order to save his community, that he pretty much sacrifices himself in order to help everyone around him in the end. So you might have your own gifts that you want to share with others, and that you want to move forward in unraveling and revealing. So just having that understanding that you do have something really important to share with others, something really good to bring to society in general, or if there's certain groups that you're involved with, maybe there's some type of volunteer or charity work that you've been working on. But whatever this is in your life, just having that energy and that willingness to move forward is actually going to show in a very large way. You might not see it right now and not be 100% sure of how you're feeling about it, but you do have these gifts and abilities that, when you're willing to trust yourself and trust the truth and move forward regardless of whether there might be other people that have something different or aren't really on the same page as you, just trusting yourself in this matter and trusting that you know yourself best, you know what you have to offer and what you have to bring, and having that willingness to move forward, knowing that this is going to impact others in a very positive way. And for the next card we received, we got the Page of Cups. It's also this very like energetic, young vitality. So this could be either the energy you're feeling now, or it could even be just the idea that you have itself, the plan you have itself. It could be this very new, very exciting journey, this very fresh outlook that you're looking forward to, or that will really have a great impact on others. And just holding on to that innocence and that hope with it, it can be really easy, especially when you are like super excited about something, or, you know, unveiling something really big for yourself. It can be easy to fall into those fear loops, or if other people, and it might not even be that they mean it to cause problems intentionally. It might be sometimes that they're afraid for you, or that they are also like they're thinking about like the pessimistic side of it, or like, well, what if this goes wrong or that goes wrong? So it might not even be necessarily that people are like actively trying to cause you problems, but again, it might be their own fears if they are saying something like, oh, like, don't do this, don't do that. And, it's always good to take in at least what some people have to say, just to, help yourself out if there's maybe some aspects of it that you do kind of need to work on or work through before you're ready to move forward. So it's one thing having like constructive criticism and, taking people's input in that way, but don't let other people's fears or scarcities or negative thought forms completely change your own view of something that you're really excited about and that you're ready to move forward on. This card is almost like giving like a fool card energy, in that innocence and that motivation to move forward. And pages are more novice, are more new and a bit naive. So you might kind of have that energy with it, and just again, like having that balance. Definitely keep that energy, keep that excitement, keep this goal, because it's going to bring a lot more that will help others as well. So keep that energy, but again, just if you are getting any inputs, it's okay to take any type of feedback that will help solidify this goal or make it more on a stronger foundation. So just having that balance. And it is funny that we got this card, because in this card, the rabbit is, I might be saying it wrong, but it's like Tuer Shen, and he's actually the god of same-sex couples. So it's kind of funny we got that card during Pride Month. But yeah, it's just like a very playful card. It's very like strengthening, and even there might be some romance in the air for you. But just holding on to your hope and your excitement and this new idea, because from what I'm seeing with the cards, it's everything is showing very like positive, exciting energies, a lot of new beginnings. And it is funny that we got this also since the new moon is tomorrow. So I think now is just like a good time. And again, it just kind of depends where you're at. Maybe it's not necessarily if you are feeling super excited, it might be just the idea itself or the plan itself that you have that is a very new endeavor, a very exciting chapter of your life. But regardless, this is looking very promising. And I am seeing, like, with the last two cards, there might be a little bit of more somber or a bit of like tension, but not, again, not like in a bad way, but more in like a removing old layers in order to start this new chapter, to start this new idea. So the next card we got was the purpose card. I know what I am here to do. So again, this to me is just like a bit of verification for whatever idea you've kind of been setting in motion, and just having that excitement for life, having that excitement for what you want to add to your journey and to others. Because with what I'm seeing with the Knight of Cups and the Page of Cups, again, it's like it's not going to be something that's just like for you personally. And not that there's anything wrong with anything that, is just involving you, but it's just showing that it's going to have a ripple effect, and it could be, again, a goal that is actually impacting others or is on a bit more of a grander scheme of things. So just holding on to that energy and vitality and forward motion, and knowing that anything that you're bringing in from a place of love and joy and service, that already is coming from a very pure place and a very loving place. So, I mean, the world definitely could always use more of that. So just knowing that you are excited about this and you have this dream that is going to impact others and going to bring a lot of beauty to others is really motivating, and that should hopefully be encouraging for you to, again, just don't lose sight of that big picture that you're looking for and this excitement of this new plan that you have for yourself. And for our last card, we got Reclaim Your Energy. So this card is more like to kind of what I was mentioning about like peeling back old layers. So this one talks a lot about like just being aware of any type of energy vampires. And this doesn't even have to be people per se. This could be habits. This could be self-talk. This could be the what you eat. This could be what you're doing, and just remembering that we all have choices to make and we all have a decision on where we want to focus our energy and where we want to focus our time. Obviously, like we have things in general that we do tend to have to do. You know, we have our chores, we have our work, we have bills, different things that, you know, it's like it's just a part of the 3D. And regardless of those things that take up our time, we still do have time outside of that for ourselves and choices to make with that time. So it can be easy to kind of like, oh, I don't have time to do X, Y, or Z because of, let me blame this reason or that reason. And not that any of it's not necessarily valid reasons, but to remember like we do still have free will and we still have a choice to make. Like if, let's say, you have an hour in the morning of downtime, like you have a choice to make whether you're going to go back to sleep, whether you're gonna get up early and, you know, let's say you want to get extra nice ready that morning, or if you want to make yourself breakfast, or if you want to sit and meditate, or if you want to post on social media or call up a friend or something. You know, we all have a decision where we want to put our time, and just remembering like what is important in my life and what's adding to my life. Like, is the habit I choose or the decision I make to use this portion of my time, is that going to help me or is that going to hinder me? Am I adding value to my life or am I creating more blockages in my life? And just taking that moment of real self-awareness and real like reflection and understanding of yourself, because it can be really easy, especially if you have a lot going on, to get into like autopilot and to just like, oh, I'm just gonna like go to work, go home and watch TV and then go to bed. And it's like, again, you know, we all have those moments where, you know, sometimes you just want to veg out and that's totally fine. But again, if you get caught in those loops, in those cycles, and you just find yourself, oh, I feel more tired, I feel more drained, or I feel more like lost for what I'm trying to do with my life or whatever. Just again, remembering like each small moment we have a decision what we're going to do with that. And just remembering to reclaim your energy and reclaim that power, because again, it's easy when you're stuck in those loops to feel helpless and allow yourself to become helpless. Because yes, again, there's like some things that we don't have much choice on, but in those areas and aspects of life where you do have a choice, being honest with yourself and trying to choose a different choice that day or that moment can help you realign and bring energy towards what actually brings you joy in life and what actually motivates you, what actually helps you out. Like, I might, let's say I get home and I'm tired and I am like, ugh, I don't want to make, I don't want to make myself lunch for tomorrow. I'm going to, just play on my phone or something. And then tomorrow comes and I didn't have lunch, and then I end up either spending more money than I had planned, or I end up not eating, and then I end up, a little grumpy that day because I'm hungry or something. It's just the way that we have these little choices we can make that can have a ripple effect onto changing the course of where we ideally wanted to be. And again, just having being gentle with yourself and understanding, yeah, I don't always feel like I make the right choices, but the more you practice that self-awareness and self-reflection, the easier it is to catch yourself in those moments where hey, what am I doing right now in this moment? Is that a good idea? Am I being my best self or putting my best foot forward? And then again, just kind of tweaking those decisions in order to help put you in alignment with the path and goals that you're trying to work towards. So, yeah, just taking that time for yourself and, in little ways, whether it's just kind of answering those voices in your head when you get anxious in order to try and kind of calm yourself down and try and understand where you're coming from and what the issues are, and other decisions that you're making that maybe aren't as helpful. And just even if it's just a small choice, those small choices that help you in the long run, they become more solidified habits, and then they're going to help you out in the end and in your future goals that you have for yourself. But that's our message for today, and thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.